Meanwhile, here's what else is happening. Iran has flown its largest ever drone, and can you guess what they named it? Gaza, in honor of the Palestinian enclave's 15-month-long war with Israel, in which over 47,000 Palestinians have lost their lives. IRGC's commander-in-chief and the commander of the IRGC Aerospace Force has said that the drone can carry up to 12 bombs and will increase both Iran's security and its border operations.
It currently has 8 bombs, but it can carry up to 12. It can carry out a complete operation. It's very useful when it comes to increasing security of this country, including guarding the borders in case there are terrorists or smugglers. It's effective in various operations.
The drone was previously named the Shahid 149 Gaza drone, but the drone has been updated and renamed the Gaza drone, according to Iran state media. According to reports, the weapon is a super heavy drone. It has a wingspan of 22 meters, a takeoff weight exceeding 3,000 kgs. The drone can reportedly fly for 35 hours at speeds reaching as high as 350 kilometers per hour. Overall, it has a range of at least 1,000 kilometers and it can carry a total payload of 500 kgs, reportedly making it ideal for surveillance and combat missions. The Gaza drone reportedly represents a new era for Iran's military capabilities to strengthen its defense systems and be battle ready for modern warfare. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Next story is about the Taliban. Top Taliban officials met Iran's foreign minister to discuss tensions along their shared border, the treatment of Afghan refugees in Iran, and water rights. And this marked the very first visit by an Iranian foreign minister to the Afghan capital since 2017. And going by the talks that they've had, as per reports, Iran and Taliban seem to be cozying up to each other. Not just Iran. Just weeks ago, India's top diplomat, Vikram Misri, met Taliban's acting foreign minister in Dubai, marking the highest level of talks with Delhi since their takeover of Afghanistan in 2021. But does this mean bad news for Pakistan, which is currently witnessing a strained relationship with the Taliban? According to a statement from the Afghan government's deputy spokesman, Iran's foreign minister, Abbas Araghchi, has said that Iran was committed to the return of some 3.5 million Afghan refugees and that it had no intention of interfering in its neighbors' domestic politics whatsoever. The statement also said that Araghchi called for the full implementation of the Helmand River Water Treaty, which basically envisions shared water resources. On January 26, Iran's official IRNA news agency quoted Araghchi as saying he hopes for more economic ties and improved relations with Afghanistan, while citing some ups and downs, quote unquote. You see, Iran does not formally recognize the Taliban government in Afghanistan, which seized power in 2021, as US and NATO forces withdrew from the country following 2 decades of war. However, Tehran maintains political and economic ties with Kabul and has allowed the Taliban to manage Afghanistan's embassy in Iran's capital, all signaling to the fact that old rivals Iran and Taliban might be willing to put their differences aside and forge a strong partnership. And not just Iran, in the recent days, in fact, Taliban has also extended its cooperation towards New Delhi. On January 8, in a statement, Afghanistan's foreign ministry had said, and I'm quoting, in line with Afghanistan's balanced and economy-focused foreign policy, the Islamic Emirate aims to strengthen political and economic ties with India as a significant regional and economic partner, quote unquote. The foreign ministry also said that with India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri, they had discussed expanding relations with Afghanistan and to boost trade through the Chabahar port in Iran, which India has been developing for goods to bypass the ports of Karachi and Gwadar in Pakistan. Not just that, in the past, India has consistently extended humanitarian aid to Afghanistan under the Taliban regime, despite not recognizing the administration officially. Since 2021, New Delhi has sent shipments of wheat, medicines, COVID-19 vaccines, winter clothing to Afghanistan. India also provided shelter to thousands of Afghan refugees and reaffirmed its support for rehabilitation efforts, factors which contributed to the very foundation of the India-Taliban ties. And now with the latest set of talks, should Pakistan be worried is the question. Is there cause for concern for the Shehbaz Sharif-led government? You see, there is ongoing tension between Islamabad and Tehran over groups operating along the border. According to Iran, these militant groups have sought refuge in Pakistan and are crossing the border to launch attacks on Iranian soil. And what's more, last year Iran had carried out an airstrike in Pakistan targeting these militant groups, which prompted Pakistan to retaliate with an attack on Iran, killing civilians under the garb of targeting terrorists. And based on the recent talks, if the Taliban is granted the use of Iran's Chabahar port for trade, it could reduce Afghanistan's dependence on Pakistan's Karachi port. Now, as far as Taliban's ties with India are concerned, does Pakistan need to worry yet? The rise of Taliban in 2021 was initially seen as a boost to the regional influence of Pakistan. 3 years on, does that equation seem to have changed, given that Taliban is warming up to India now? While some analysts say Pakistan need not be worried by these developments, others warn that Indian influence in Afghanistan could further strain Islamabad's ties with Kabul amid the existing tensions. And what lies ahead, only time will tell. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The US has been a front-runner in the AI sector for many years. It is home to some of the biggest tech giants, and this includes Google, OpenAI, Microsoft, Meta, among other big tech companies. However, it seems a new company, that to a Chinese startup, is giving these tech firms a run for their money, threatening their dominance in a way. This new company is called DeepSeek, developed by a Hangzhou-based startup. DeepSeek was founded in May 2023 by Liang Wenfeng. However, at the time, an AI model was not released in the US. It is only this year, on the 10th of January, DeepSeek V3, the chatbot's latest model, marked its way into the US market. And it took just over 2 weeks for the Chinese AI model DeepSeek to overthrow OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, and other popular AI chatbots. DeepSeek reportedly has become the top-rated free application available on Apple's App Store in the United States. The sudden popularity of DeepSeek has shaken up the entire tech sector. What's even more interesting is that the total amount spent on developing DeepSeek, the company claims they spent just under $6 million to bring DeepSeek V3 to life, a claim that many refuse to believe because the amount is nothing when compared with the billions that US tech giants have poured into AI. For example, Sam Altman-led OpenAI reportedly spent over $4 billion in 2024 on AI development. Another thing that has shocked the industry leaders is the fact that DeepSeek is an open source model, which means that anyone can access the software's code, use it, change it, and if possible, make it better. DeepSeek's achievement is especially impressive considering the current tension between the US and China in the tech world, with the United States having imposed restrictions on certain computer chip-making equipment, software, and high-bandwidth memory chips. Meanwhile, the meteoric rise of a Chinese AI startup in just under a month has shaken the stock market's confidence in US tech stocks, questioning America's lead in the AI race. DeepSeek is shaking things up. The Chinese AI model is proving that you don't really need $1 billion budget to be a leader in AI. But the question is, what's next for the American tech companies? Can they adapt, innovate, and reclaim their lead? Or will this be the beginning of a new era in AI, where the playing field is not as leveled as we thought? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Shifting focus for now in a major move against cybercrime. The Jharkhand police in India arrested 6 cyber criminals from Jamtara district, a city infamous for being India's hub for online fraud. According to the police, the 6 accused were part of a sophisticated gang operating across India, primarily involved in breaching sensitive data and misappropriating funds from government bank accounts, leading to cyber fraud amounting in excess of 10 crore rupees. In a post on X, Jamtara police said that they recovered 14 mobile phones, 23 SIM cards, 10 ATM cards, a laptop, 2 four-wheelers, a camera, a drone camera, 1 lakh rupees in cash from the accused. And the police further said that investigations in the case are ongoing and they are examining the gang's, examining the extent of their network, ascertaining the extent of their network. Furthermore, a team of cybersecurity experts are reportedly assisting the police to trace digital trails left by the gang to potentially identify accomplices and victims. Jamtara is infamous for being a cybercrime hub in India, especially for online fraud and phishing scams. According to a 2023 study by IIT Kanpur, Jamtara is one of the 10 districts in India that account for 80% of the country's cybercrimes.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Shifting focus now to Hong Kong, where a new drug is gaining popularity and becoming a source of serious concern. It's called space oil, a deadly narcotic that is gaining popularity among the youth there. But what exactly is it, and why is it a significant cause for alarm? Here's a Gravitas deep dive. On Sunday, 2 students were charged after Hong Kong customs officers discovered a vape suspected to contain space oil. The 2 young women, aged 18 and 19, had arrived there via the China ferry terminal the day before. They were reportedly arrested after customs officers found the drug. And now, according to Hong Kong's Narcotics Division, space oil is a term created by drug dealers to make this emerging drug seem more appealing. Although there is no standard formula for space oil, it typically contains an anesthetic called etomidate, which can only be prescribed by a doctor. And here's where things get worrisome. Etomidate is classified as a Part 1 poison under Hong Kong law. It is believed to have played a role in at least 3 deaths in 2024. And in addition to etomidate, space oil may be mixed with other substances including cannabis and ketamine, and this narcotic can cause serious physical and mental harm, including addiction, memory loss, seizures, unconsciousness, and even death. The drug is usually packaged in e-cigarette capsules, making vaping space oil particularly popular among young individuals. The authorities in Hong Kong, in fact, have started to crack down on the abuse of the drug. Those convicted may face a maximum penalty of 100,000 Hong Kong dollars. That's approximately 12,840 US dollars, along with a sentence of up to 2 years in prison for possession or distribution of this drug. Hong Kong Government's Action Committee Against Narcotics in September 2024 noted that space oil had become the 3rd most popular drug among young users, after cannabis and cocaine. And what's more, a survey by a drug counseling center has found that almost 1/3 of Hong Kongers did not know the health risks of taking space oil. Now, the Hong Kong Poison Control Center, under the Hospital Authority, is tracking the number of deaths suspected to be tied to space oil. The number of arrests for possessing space oil has also skyrocketed by 988% in 2024, compared with all of 2023. In fact, in the first 9 months of 2024, around 98 arrests were made in 60 cases, and in all cases, many suspects were aged 21 or younger. Due to the threat of this drug, Hong Kong lawmakers are calling for stepped-up enforcement actions and to finding out where this drug even came from. It will be classified as a dangerous drug on February 14, with the maximum penalty for possession increased to 7 years jail and a fine of 1 million Hong Kong dollars. That's 128,205 US dollars.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.